All right, so we are recording now and we're going to get started. So to start off with a little warm up, we're going to do this thing where you just get big and get small, tailor it to yourself. But starting off, get big with just this sort of jumping jack star kind of position, and then get small by crouching down as small as you can. Get big and then get small. And if you would like, you could tailor it to yourself by replacing that sort of step out star position with a big jumping jack, a star jump, a jump tuck, a burpee, whatever makes your body happy, and then get small as you can that's comfortable. If this is too much for you, if you go, oh, Sophie, I hate this idea, then you can actually scale this back. You could do just the arms, you could go just legs, back and forth. You could do just breath. So you could take just a really deep breath, expand your rib cage, and then let it all out and have the smallest rib cage possible. So please tailor it to your body. Always be respectful of yourself, taking care of yourself here. One last one. Beautiful. Come back to a standing position, arms straight out to the sides, and we're going to do some arm circles. My palms are facing down to start off with. And I have my pinkies back just as far as they'll go here to do these arm circles. I'm standing up nice and tall. And now I'm going to flip my hand over so my palm's facing up, and I'm going to do some more arm circles. If you'd like to reverse direction, you could do that as well. And let's go ahead and make the circles a little bit bigger. Trying to keep those hands back as far as we can, but also keep the shoulders down away from the ears as much as possible. Beautiful. Nice. Now what we're going to do is windmill the arms. So one arm's forward, one arm's back, just getting in a little bit of rotation through your body here as you're windmilling your arms. Only going as far as it feels good, but taking the time to maximize each angle as well, so that you're really gifting your body that movement and making good use of this time. Come back to that arms out position, sort of like you're making a T with your body here. Palms up and pulse your thumbs back. So squeezing the thumbs back and coming back to neutral, squeezing back, opening that chest, coming back to neutral. And if at any point you need to take a mini rest and just shake it out, you have that option. Nobody's going to know but you. Beautiful. Flip your hands over so your palms are facing down again. Pulse your pinkies back. Nice. Now, especially if you did some shoveling over the weekend, you might be starting to feel this in your shoulders. Feel free to shake it out, relax, do some big circles with your shoulders. Take a couple of deep breaths. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your arms up, inhale them up, and then exhale them down to this sort of goalpost kind of position where we've got a 90-degree bend in our elbows, shoulders are away from your ears, and elbows are back. And inhale them up, and exhale them down and back. One last time here, reach up, inhale, and exhale down and back. Now we're going to take our fingers, interlace them. We're going to press palms away, rounding your back and exhaling. And then we're going to inhale back up to that goalpost arms position, opening up through the chest as you inhale, and exhale, round out. So we're just alternating, having these really deep movements, like a mobility exercise, but just a very gentle arch and round. Hopefully it feels really good. Feeling a stretch between your shoulder blades. You're tucking your chin. And as you open, you're feeling that front of your body open. If it feels nice to look at the ceiling and get a little stretch through your neck, down into your chest, you have that option as well. Excellent. Bring those arms down, really reach towards the ground here. And we're just going to get a little more deep range of motion here, pressing away, rounding out through your back, tucking your chin, and then bring the hands up. So we have that stretch at a few different angles here, and you can find an angle that feels really awesome to you and how you're doing today. Nice. Now we're going to take your hands and we're going to clasp them. So it'll look sort of like this. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right arm across my body, taking a little twist if it feels good. And then come back to center and go the other way. I'm going to go back and forth a few times. Just settling in here. And then after a few times going back and forth, we'll hang out and hold the stretch. Let's do one more on each side. Beautiful. Come back to center. We'll all bring the right arm across the body, using the left arm to pull you into that stretch just a little bit more. Deep breath here and drop the right shoulder away from the right ear as you continue stretching that right arm across your body. And bring your right hand up a little bit, down a little bit. Find some angles that are really juicy and delicious and wonderful. Beautiful. One last deep breath here. And we'll do the other side. If you want to shake it out or do a little bit of movement in between, come back to a little more settled feeling, go ahead, and then we'll clasp hands. And I'm going to bring my left arm across my body, using my right hand to help myself into it. And I'm going to take a moment to drop my left shoulder away from my ear here. And now I'm going to bring that left hand up a little bit, down a little bit. Just discover what angles are really wonderful today. Nice. Breathe into it for a moment. And just notice how taking a really deep breath changes the stretch. Beautiful. Bring the hands down by your sides. Do another couple of shoulder rolls here. Just to allow some movement through your rib cage, through your scapula, right? Those shoulder blade bones. Let them move on your back as you're doing these shoulder rolls. Next thing we're going to do is a little bit of a tricep and lat stretch. So I'm going to reach up with my right hand, reach up so high that I've got a little tiny bit of a side bend going to the side here. And then I'm going to reach down my back with my right hand as far as is comfortable for you. And then I'm going to take my left hand, grab my right elbow, and just help myself into that stretch a little bit further. If you want to step your feet apart here for a little stability, that's great. If you want to tip over to the side, beautiful. And take the deepest breath in you can. Feeling how that breath manipulates your rib cage, adds a little bit of space to the picture. And come on out of it. Now we're going to take our left hand, reach it all the way up towards the ceiling, up so high you have a tiny bend through your body here. And then I'm going to reach down my back with my left hand. And adding my right hand, holding onto that left elbow, helping myself reach down the back. And adding a little bit more of a tip to the right side here. Adding those really deep breaths. One last really huge breath. See how big you can make it. Excellent. Bringing those arms down to your side. Just do a couple more shoulder rolls here. Excellent. Think about the feelings that you're feeling in your hands now as we make a fist, and we're going to do some rolls. So I'm rolling in, out, and around, drawing the biggest circle I can with my knuckles. And just take a moment to think about where you're feeling this stretch, if you're feeling this stretch. Think about bringing your hands back as far as you can, as well as forward as far as you can. Reverse direction of the circle. Beautiful. Take a moment to just thank your hands. Think about all that your hands have done for you so far today. You know, from the moment you got out of bed to when you were brushing your teeth, to eating, to working. Your hands have been there for you all day long. Take a moment to just say thank you to them. Find a little stretch here through the palms and the underside of your forearm here. Find some angles that feel really good. Beautiful. You could spread your fingertips here. Nice. And come back to a neutral position. I'm going to use the wall behind me for this last stretch, but feel free to use any stable surface that you have around you. Could be a doorway, could be a desk, anything solid will work for this one. But I'm going to come over to the wall and I'm going to put my hand on the wall. And then once I have my hand on the wall, now I'm using an imaginary wall so you can see. Now that I have my hand on the wall, I'm going to take a step in and lean into that stretch. So I'm feeling a stretch through the front side of my body here, through the front of my chest, through that arm, and leaning into it. So on the wall from the side, it'll look like this. It might also feel good to lean your head away. So if I have my right hand on the wall, leaning my head to the left. Take a moment to find angles that feel good for you. You might want to work in and out of the stretch a few times first before settling into it. And if you have a wall or a doorway that you can use, you can play with the angle. It could be here, it could be here, it could be up here. There's no wrong angle to do this set. Take one really deep breath there, and then we'll do the other side. So coming across, I'm going to put my left hand on the wall. I'm going to step forward with my left leg to lean into the wall and lean into the stretch just a tiny bit more. If it feels good, I'll lean my head over to the right, away from the wall. And if I need to, I'll come in and out of the stretch a few times first before settling in. Take a really deep breath here. Allow the front of your chest to just expand and make use of this stretch. And whenever you're ready, you could step away from the wall, the desk, whatever you're using, and you're done. You're good to go about the rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.